Hey everybody, the Reswirl here, and welcome back to more of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney, Justice for All. Boom. Right, so this is... I was going to say case 2, but I mean day 2 of case 3. Good morning, Max. He seems a bit nervous. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage, I just can't function, sweetie. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. Nick. Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Hey, my sweeties! What? What the fuck? You don't think I should fly, do you? Huh? You know, you've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? I can see it now, the dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. One glimpse of that and everyone in the room will be on your side. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer, flying fabulously. Oh my god. That was good. December 29th. It's almost New Year's! Oh look, who it is. Whoa, what? What the hell happened? What? Your Honor, get on with it. Jesus, I didn't even get to read it. Man. Oh, sorry, I just realised that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So... well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honour, he does often go by that name. Oh my god. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if we call the defendant Maximilian Galactica. Okay. It sounds more friendly. Wonder if that is to our advantage. Miss von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. Hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Eh? That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. Yeah, of course. Only because you lost. It did not count, do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. Her dad is gone, you know. The prosecution is finished. Let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Jeez. You may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now! Jesus. I guess the defeat has, kind of annoyed her. So to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. Don't mention it. It's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. Okay. Ding ding! Details of the events. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 PM, making it extremely cold out. Whoa, what the heck? All of the circus performers gathered in the big top to practice their routines. The practice session broke up around 10 PM. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15. The victim was found bent over a wooden box dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. Oh, painful. Yeesh. I see, he was beaten to death. Here is the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Woohoo! Awesome. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Perfect. It's pressing time. Kaboom! Hold it! Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow... Let me see. There's got to be more to this. Yeah, what's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Wait, so why do I need to look at the court record? Wait. I don't know why it said I need to take a look at the court record. I don't understand anything here that would be of use. Whatever. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the Animal Tamer, Mo the Clown, Ben the Ventriloquist, and of course the defendant Maximilian Galactica, and his victim the Ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent the Tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. Oh my god. So it broke up at 10 PM? After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with Regent, while Mo went back to his room tired from work. Ben the Ventriloquist went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The Ringmaster and Max went off to the Ringmaster's room to talk privately. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seemed they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself... blah 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 blah... Yep. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 PM. Okay, not a problem, pal. We've got a witness that told us how the whole thing went down. This is totally meaningless, time to move on. Alright. We'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? That was a bit weird. She stopped him before he said anything else. The wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? So the wooden box was added to the court record? This may be my only chance, so I might as well ask some questions. About the wooden box, about the lock, or about the content? Contents. I mean, both of these are pointless. I mean, sure, you could ask about them, but I don't think it'd lead anywhere. Do you mind telling us what was inside the box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with... pepper. Pepper? Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There was only one little bottle in that huge box. Wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Probably. Right, blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. You haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it is something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ho ho ho! Ah dear. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. You mean all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper? Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. Eh? I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. I don't know, but wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Oh my god. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. I wonder if Trilo will show up on the stand as well. Maybe. Oh, yeah it is. Please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Triloquist. I am employed as an opera tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Mr. Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That rope must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. Oh my god. The world of the law, exciting and daring, they said darling, guilt or innocence. Decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trilo, you know better than to insult a judge. Shut up. Just look at your nose. You would think you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face. On the off chance, swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trilo handle this. Hey, Kyla. How's it going? Oh god. You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now let's proceed. Yeah, what's given a testimony is a puppet. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge, clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? Oh, I'm glad it's going good. It's also going pretty good for me, thanks. When the police showed up and took... Oh, then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Dun 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 dun. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you went with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the criminal. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. Silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Ah. Oh no. Dude, I played the first Dishonored years ago. Without question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. And Ketsy. Thank you for stating the obvious. What a bitch. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Yeah, it's uploaded. Well, if you actually go onto my channel, it should be listed under D. Which I think is the first shelf. Yeah, kinda. I've done a lot of games. Like, I'm closing in on nearly finishing 400 playthroughs, so I've covered a lot of stuff. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed? I'll just press everything again. The clown, you're talking about Mo. Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Oh, right. Yeah, I like the Dishonored series too. I've got all 3 of them, actually. I've got... well, obviously, I've got Dishonored, all the DLC. I've got Dishonored 2, and then whatever the hell the 3rd one... well, I don't even know if it's classed as the 3rd one. But it's Dishonored, the side story, I suppose, is what it would be. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went over to the plaza. What did you do then? I went over to the plaza to do some thinking. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. What? I've not played the 3rd, so I wouldn't... I'm not a dick. I don't spoil games for other people. The only time I would spoil a game is if we were talking about a spoiler in a game with both people had played. I'm a person that hates people that spoil games because it just ruins it. And there's no real need for it, other than to be a dick. Wait, so which one? Is this one? He's already said? Went over to... oh, right, yeah. God, I'm getting lost with what I'm doing. Ooh. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Snobby 3-piece getup? Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's 3-piece getup. Jeez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. Wow. Sheesh. He was the only one heading that way. Okay. You saw Max and only Max, right, Trilo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There's only one person headed that way that night. You're wrong. What about Russell? That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? There sure is. Yeah, there we go. He only saw Max? That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? The victim, you fools. Jesus. That's the victim. That's correct. If Trilo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Oh dear. Obviously the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness. Could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Oh my god, that fucking shit-eating grin she has. Is that according to the defendant? A likely story. If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt the witness's testimony. Oh no! There are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honour. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trilo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina. Which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, wasn't Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah. I think so. I don't know anymore. Alright, so we're back to the statement. Okay. So... then the police showed up. I haven't actually pressed on this one, so yeah. What else does he have to say? Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 PM, I think. Practice ended at 10 PM, so you hung around the lodging house the entire time? I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe he'd just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is... Will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you believe that we'd just stand outside in that weather? Oh, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. Ooh. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Regina! Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. Oh! Oh, that was great. You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you can't really ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it. Well, well, well. The puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Eh? Alright. There is obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. Oh man, I love this game. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. Yeah, get double objected. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max heading to the scene. There is absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright, I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true. I was waiting for Regina. Pain. Don't volunteer things. Ah. Mr. Quist. Tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you or were you not waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was. I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? Oh my god, the crowd's in an uproar. What's the matter, you think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? The matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Indeed we do. Oh my god, we have a testimony about the proposal? Really? Alright. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Oh, he's on about the ring. I think, in which case I have it. You were going to propose... you, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. What? Exactly. His honour is looking a little less than honourable right now. Okay, Mr. Wright. Please continue with your examination. Oh, did you hear that? His sigh seemed a little wistful. Oh my god. This game's just got dialogue that's right on point. It's so good. About the proposal. Alright, so... again, just press on everything. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina? Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question was that? Wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. Right then? Yeah. Got it, that's the truth. Alright. What did you have to get to her? What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question, what was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring. An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Wait, they're in chairs? Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Franziska's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Pain equals bad. I'm not pushing on, screw that. Or should I? Oh, sod it. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever proposed to a human being. I advise you cut this argument short. Oh my. I'm going to have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. Sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Not bathrobe. Right, I plan on giving an engagement ring to Regina. Okay. Wait, can I actually... I mean, I might just try presenting it here, because that's the ring, is it not? A cheap ring with an eerie sparkle, from T to R. This evidence clearly reveals a contradiction. Oh, that was wrong. How exactly? They aren't, my health bar! And I thought it's because he mentioned the ring, so I was like, could I not just say, here? Here it is! I guess not. That kind of sucks. I don't know why, because it still mentions the ring. Oh, is it because he kept it? He says he kept it in his pocket, and it's still in his pocket. That worked. Well, whatever. I still find that really weird. Chilla, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh. Looks like they're going to double team me now. Do you recognize this ring? Ah, that's mine. Give it back. Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Oh my god. What is going on here? That's... Ben, say something. Nah, don't put me on the spot like that, Drilo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money, like a bank vault? That filthy monkey is gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. Well, Your Honour, Money really is a monkey. In every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then. Money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things. Drilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was... that time. You know, that night. The night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you, might be able to say that. The ring might have... well, it could have been taken around that time. Oh my god. What is happening? They got attacked by a monkey. Ben, what's with you? Oh, whatever. Has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. No, Trilo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Triloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trilo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring, snatching monkey money. Ah, right. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point? What point could that possibly be? That he doesn't exercise enough. Yeah, okay, it's obviously that is a flaw. I want to say that because it'd probably be funny, but yeah. There is a huge contradiction in this witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It's entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene. Aha! Order, order!
Objection!
Oh, Jesus. Well then tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Alright, Kyler. See you later. Cheers for stopping by. Well, he obviously didn't see the victim. The ringmaster arrived on the scene. Not arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He is blinded by his rivalry with Max. Oh my god. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't lie just to get that dark face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him. No doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. I've told you so many times, you'd think you'd know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it will change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah. Exactly. Perfect. Okay. Witnessing Max. Like if you thought I was waiting for Regina, waiting that night for Regina, that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza